The equalizer is our latest personal protection unit, fitting comfortably and nearly invisibly across the abdomen beneath your clothes and providing the world's most reliable defensive field. Turns aside all physical contact, including the highest velocity weapon projectiles. Deflects or dissipates all known energy-based attacks. Features a built-in electrical surge sufficient to stun any assailant. Feel safe and secure when you step out onto the street. The Equalizer by Personal Defense Systems. Don't leave home without it.
Oliver Zhang has a speedball retrospective for us to bring those not so familiar with the sports background up to date. Oliver?
Thank you, Helen. It has been 12 years now since I donned a pair of anti-grav boots and reinforced Kevlar body armor to lead my team through the tunnel into the steel belly of a speedball pitch. I still carry my right arm awkwardly and my left leg of cybernetic steel twinges on occasion. But get me into the spectating dome, and I can still feel the adrenaline rush of a team assault, the weight of the 8-kilo steel ball in my hand, and the elation as a stunning shot drops the goalie and whizzes by into the goal. Speedball had its birth some 60 years ago, when, inspired by the Bitmap Brothers' classic computer game of the 1980s, an enterprising group of enthusiasts raised sufficient funds to line an old hockey arena with steel plates, round up a group of 20 foolhardy ex-rugby players, and broadcast the inaugural speedball match over a skeptical global sport net. The results shocked the world. Not that all the players survived. 3 went down to injury and most took a severe beating. No, the shock was in the response. As the old internet term goes, the broadcast went viral. Within 20 minutes of game start, over 2 million viewers had tuned to the match, and a new supersport was born. Today, the slapped-together steel plates have been superseded by smooth, seamless steel on all walls, a metal ovoid with only 2 access points, the goals. And even Kevlar has dwindled into the historic past, replaced by protective force fields that allow incredible full-body movement. Most players enhance awesome athletic ability, acrobatic skills, and lightning reactions with robotic and cybernetic implants. The pace is super fast, the thrill spectacular, the energy in a stadium electric. But for me, it is still the same old game. My game. Speedball.
Oliver Zhang was captain of Shanghai's Spartan Scourge for 15 years, before being forced to retire in 2085 at the age of 34 due to head injury.
Sensory immersion in virtual environments has been growing in popularity over the past decade. When Universal Hollow Studios and video game giant Valve announced the latest technology in participatory holographic group immersion in November of 2087, the SI market was reborn. Just released today to SI studios across the country is a daring foray into deep-sea adventure, Forbidden Depths, Poseidon's Realm. Gregory Estefan has just taken in this 4-hour phenomenon, and he reports live from Suiston's SI North.
Hello, Lana. Well, it's good to be back above sea level again. I'm not so great with the pressure and the artificial light. It's amazing how this newest adventure succeeds in making you feel the buoyancy and chill of the water, but also the stress and tension of being down in the depths. Just over 300 of us donned our SI suits and took the plunge at 9 this morning, and Poseidon had more than a few surprises in store as the plot unfolded. I won't give too much away, but suffice to say that many virtual bodies floated away in the murk and had to restart as new characters before we found what we were looking for, and it was absolutely astounding. Valve Universal have truly plumbed new depths with this one. I'm still shaking in my boots. Grateful to see the sunlight again, filtered or not. This is Gregory Estefan giving a big thumbs up to Forbidden Depths.
Thanks, Gregory. Most of us will hope that an SI ocean is the only one we have to swim in over the coming few days.
Following the massive success of their recent world tour, Priesthood has another moral message for us in their newest release, Power Play.
Looking for a whole new level of sensory excitement and pleasure, but can't afford a trip to your dream location? VH Worlds has your answer. We build the most sophisticated, realistic, virtual holographic environments on the planet. From lush tropical forest to gentle, soothing waterfall, ocean surf to majestic, snowy mountain. Ski the virtual slope. Surf the virtual breakers. VH Worlds can take you there without leaving the comfort of your home. Come in for your free test run today.
Rick Allen has an emergency update from high above the city. Seems that the weather is already affecting hover traffic, and we now have a police blockade over and around the riot zone downtown.
Yes, Adam, I have never seen the force move in so quickly or so completely. They've cordoned off all air routes over the entire downtown. Nothing is getting in or out. Our scanners have also picked up a squadron of aerial tanks en route from Sewerston Defense Base, 30 kilometers north along the river. We should expect them to arrive before 2. Needless to say, all traffic routes around the periphery of downtown are a mess, and as usual in these conditions, people are acting just a little weird. Toggling autopilot and trying to fly out on manual, disobeying auto-sequence patterns, jockeying for position on the ramps. I've spotted at least 20 damaged or disabled hovers already, and it's not going to get better anytime soon. With the winds rising, we're being buffeted from normal lanes and layers up here, and many of the less efficient model vehicles are dropping out of the system. As this storm continues to worsen, I foresee just a little chaos up here in the skies before the city officially declares all air lanes closed. Back to you, Adam.
Not that we didn't expect this, Rick. We've been feeling the shockwaves from more explosions down here ever since we lost Anne's signal, and the lights have been flickering in unison.
It's going to be a long day for everyone, Rick. I've been watching local feed from the cameras throughout the riot zone, and the collateral damage is massive. There must be hundreds dead. And now that the riot squad boundaries collapsed, who knows how much of the downtown will be engulfed before this is over.
I'll get back to you as soon as the military is on site.
Okay, Rick, keep a safe distance, and if it gets too rough, get down on the ground fast.
It won't be my first time riding out a storm. Keep the channel open.
Well, I'm sure everyone down in that zone, including Ann Kelso, wishes they were somewhere else. Our field reporter, Jeremy Alcott, got the lucky draw on that one today. Jeremy's on site at the newly renovated Oasis, Sewerston's only true nature preserve. The Oasis Biodome is the largest on the eastern seaboard, 150 square kilometers of sealed, self-contained natural beauty in the city's north end. Jeremy, just the place to be on a day like today.
Right you are, Helen. There's been a huge surge in admissions to the park over the past hour, and it's not hard to imagine why. The latest additions to this incredible natural paradise are a range of huge hills in the west end of the park, incorporating rock climbing zones and forest trails, huge waterfalls and natural pools, kilometers of cave systems for spelunkers, and, of course, the appropriate wildlife. The animals here are all constrained to their own zones, but free to roam within those areas. Food chains are meticulously monitored and maintained. Visitors are restricted to safe regions by force field barriers, so they can neither interfere with nor be harmed by the natural residents. It's the closest thing to being in the country that most Suiston residents will ever experience.
Yes, I spent 3 days there last year at the Lakeside Hotel, and I've never had such a peaceful and relaxing vacation. I'll bet the place is crammed today.
And you'd be a winner, Helen. All 3 resort hotels here are at capacity, and the warden told me a few minutes ago that they'd just hit the 200,000 mark within the park. They'll seal all access at 210,000. The ads insist this dome can withstand winds up to 400 kilometers an hour, and since this park is entirely self-sufficient, it's not at risk of losing power or running short of food or water. A safe haven in a storm, Helen, and I don't think I'll be leaving any time soon.
Like I said, right place at the right time, Jeremy. Enjoy the park.
We have another call from John Hawkins on Shelburne Island, coming through live as we receive it. John?
Yes, Lana. My team has secured all survivors of the observation tower disaster within the Shelburne Resort Complex. The network links are down, but I can patch you through on our emergency wireless service. The reporter should be on the line.
This is Katerina. Kolkaya. Katerina, it's good to hear your voice. We were all very worried.
I am still a little breathless. Some of the team in the monitoring center were not as lucky as I. The storm is absolutely devastating.
What happened? How were you rescued?
The Coast Guard keeps submersible patrols near the monitoring center at all times, in case of such an emergency. They have never been needed before, but they released nets all around the center's tower, and we were drawn up in the nets like fish. The nets prevented us from being dashed to pieces on the rocks. They had us on board within under a minute, but most were not able to prevent panic and drowned. It was a truly horrifying, terrifying experience.
We're so glad you're safe now, Katerina. I'm sure it'll be hard, but try to relax and take in the peacefulness of the resort. You've earned the rest.
I and the other 2 survivors would like to thank Captain Hawkins and his team for saving our lives, and to warn the mainland. Be prepared. This storm is in a whole new category.
Glad we were able to save some of those in the tower. We're going out of signal range now. Shelburne Island, over and out.
It certainly seems that our weather is due to get much worse, and much sooner than expected.
And we will get an update on the local forecast from Gertrude at the top of the hour. In the meantime, Daniela Gresham reports that Mayor Fuller has now arrived at the South Suriston Supermall. She's on the line. Daniela?
Adam, Mayor Fuller's hover touched down on the mall's landing pad only a few moments ago, and he immediately vanished in a crowd of mall security and police. In spite of his solid reputation and great popularity, there seems to be an air of tension here that suggests we are not being given full information. The police presence is quite visible, but rather scattered, and the crowds have multiplied over the past half hour, not all of them looking too happy.
Are you sensing that there could be violence when the mayor actually appears to announce the opening?
I wouldn't go so far as to predict, but the mood here has definitely turned since news of the riot and, of course, the approaching bad weather. This could be a most interesting mall opening.
We'll get you on live as soon as Mayor Fuller begins his speech. Keep us advised.
You bet, Adam.
Located in our hidden warrens far beneath the city, WRAT's squad of intrepid reporters infest the city, unseen and unlooked for. Combined with the magic of video, we are the eyes and ears of this metropolis, and we are here 24/365 for you.
We now take you live to Causeway Stadium, where there's been a development in the spike ball match.
Helen, the Maulers winner Gonzo has just been stretchered off the field after throwing a game-changing block that allowed teammate Flailtail to plow his way into the end zone and tie the game at 5-5 with only minutes to go. It wasn't the hit that took Gonzo out, but the pounding he received from 3 of the Holy Crusade after the Maulers scored. It seems they were not pleased with the play. The Crusaders are now playing 3 men short due to penalties. They have the ball at their own 30.
We'll hope the Maulers can pull out that last point for the victory, Clarice. You can give us another update as soon as the match is over. This is WRAT AM1700 The RAT.
It's 2 o'clock in the Suiston megalopolis, and here's what's making news this hour.